Do you feel socially awkward in conversations? Do you go mentally blank or stumble over your words? Do you want to get better at conversations when in carrying a conversation with someone? Hey everyone, it's Nicole again, Nicole Jean, retired wallflower and people skills coach, helping you converse with ease and get more friends. Today, on today's live stream or today's podcast episode, wherever you're coming from, today we're talking about how you can actually start to improve your people skills. How do you get better every time you have a conversation? Therefore, start to authentically connect with other people and get more friends. So, I want you to have this picture in your head. All right, imagine this. Let's say you're at work and you walk into the office, you're walking towards your desk, and people are also arriving in the morning. People are still wearing their coats and their jacket, carrying their bags or purses. And some people pass you by in the hall and mumble the typical, good morning, how are you? And it's an automatic reply. It's kind of like autopilot. You automatically say, fine, morning, fine, thanks. It's sort of a normal routine. Everyone kind of expects that. No one expects you to actually start a conversation from that. No one's going to stop walking down the hall or between desks to stop and chat that morning. Everyone just wants to get to their desks, take off their coats, get their coffee, and get started on working, check their email. Or if you work remotely, let's say you work from home, you work remotely, it's time to start work. You log on your email, you log on your chat messenger program. People in the chat are already saying good morning, or you log into the first meeting of the morning and people mumble a simple good morning, everyone. It feels awkward to start a conversation, right? So it's awkward to start a conversation out of thin air. So how do you do it? How can you start carrying an engaging conversation and make it better every time? And the truth is, you can. You absolutely can do this. And here's the secret. I'm going to give it to you right now. Always strive to be 1% better with every conversation. With each conversation, always strive to be 1% better, just a little bit, just 1% better than the last time. Always ask yourself, what is one thing that I can do 1% better the next time? Let me tell you a story. So, this happened to me recently. Um, what does washing your face and getting more friends have to do with each other? Let me tell you. So, this was like what 2 weeks ago at right before Thanksgiving. A coworker and I were getting ready to leave work, and we wished each other happy Thanksgiving. Typical pleasantries. And she asked me in passing, are you gonna buy anything for Black Friday? Because here in the US, Black Friday is the Friday after Thanksgiving. All the holiday sales, all the big people start shopping for the holidays, and there's lots of sales going on. So it's a big shopping day here in the US. Now, I could have given her a very vague and generic answer like, I don't know, or maybe shop for some Christmas gifts. But I decided I want to elevate my conversation skills. I want to be 1% better than what I would typically have replied with. So instead, I was honest and specific with my answer. I said, I'm stocking up on my favorite skincare line, Biossance. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by Biossance. It's not sponsored in any way. I just really like the skincare line. But if Biossance is watching and they want to sponsor me, that would be great. But anyway, back to the story. So, what do you know? My coworker was absolutely 100% intrigued. Her eyes lit up and she began asking me all these questions. What products do I use? Do I like it? How long have I been using it? And I remembered she was just so fired up, so excited about this. And so the following week, I gave her some extra Biossance skincare samples that I had lying around because I just accumulate a lot of samples in my bathroom. And I remember she was so excited to receive it. And I thought to myself, you know, after that conversation with her, how else could I make that conversation 1% better the next time? How could I prolong that conversation, which is a 1% way of improving the conversation? How can you prolong it after it's ended? And so how did I do that? I gave her some samples of my skincare. So what did that do? That made her feel heard, that made her feel recognized, that I remembered how excited she was to talk to me about skincare, about bioscience, about this specific product. She felt she felt seen, that I remembered these things about her. And so, and now she said, she'll update me on how the samples work out for her. And so we're extending the conversation right now. All right. It wasn't just a one time conversation we had. I decided to piggyback off of it and follow up on the conversation later. I extended and I prolonged that conversation. That was my 1% improvement on that conversation. And now we forged a friendship over our shared interest on skincare. And it was all because I chose to try be 1% better in my conversation skills. And that's how you improve with every conversation, is to always strive to be 1% better. Always ask yourself, what is one thing I can be 1% better at next time? When you feel socially awkward, when you focus only on the negative aspects of a conversation. Oh, I went mentally blank and I couldn't think of a conversation topic to think about. Or you know, my coworker and I passed each other at work and they said hi, but I was too preoccupied with my own thoughts and I missed the chance to say hi back. And I felt like an idiot and they must think I'm an idiot. And I feel so socially awkward. I don't know how to get friends. It's overwhelming. And we tend to catastrophize all these negative emotions, all these negative thoughts in our head. And it feels like this Mount Everest of a problem in our life. It feels like a huge, huge obstacle. And when things feel incredibly overwhelming, our brain freezes, we shut down, we're in analysis paralysis, which traps us from taking any action. And so we're sitting with this anxiety and just sitting, and we're more anxious than taking action. We're too anxious to take action. The fear is too great. Now, we're never going to eliminate fear. All right. Fear is a natural human emotion for a millennia since humans existed. Who are we to think that we can eliminate a natural human emotion? But what we can do is change how you respond to that fear, that overwhelming feeling. And that is by striving to be just 1% better the next time. It's a small, very small incremental amount. And it doesn't feel overwhelming. You don't have to be 100% better the next time. No one expects that. But just 1% better, doesn't that feel more doable, more manageable? And so if you strive to be 1% better every time, you will get better and better. And guess what? All of those times you're 1% better, that compounds over time. So think about this. If you have a new conversation every single day, could be with a coworker, could be with the delivery driver, it could be with the cashier at the grocery store, it could be whomever. If you strive to be 1% better, you strive for 1% improvement for every day, each day for a year. That's 365 days a year. That's 365% improvement in a year. Can you imagine how mind blowing, amazing your people skills would be in a year if you improve 1% every day for a year? And plus, this is a really appropriate topic because it's now December 2022, and everyone's talking about making New Year's resolutions, which by the way, next week we're talking about, and you're all for a treat. So stay tuned. But how amazing would that be for the new year for 2023? You strive to be 1% better in your conversation skills. By the end of 2023, you'll be 365% better. Isn't that mind blowing? So remember, always strive to be 1% better than the next time. You can only get better by doing. Nothing replaces repetition after repetition after repetition. Repetition will get you in the flow. And then before you know it, it will feel natural for you to talk to people. And with every conversation, you become a better conversationalist. And you have this mindset to get 1% better every time. So if you sucked at today's conversation, if you messed up, if you feel like an idiot, you should be thinking, I can't wait to have the next conversation and to see how I can do better. That's what you should be thinking. All right, bonus tip time. So because you all stayed for the live stream or replay, or you're listening to the podcast, you get an extra tactical bonus tip that will help elevate your people skills and be that 1% better each time. And here it is. So, my recommendation, my bonus tip to you is to keep a journal. I call it the 1% journal. And it could be a real journal, like a notebook, a notepad with a pen and paper, or it could be digital. Could be like, on your phone, maybe use the notes app on your phone if you have an iPhone. Sorry, I have an iPhone. I'm not sure about Androids, but just use some type of notes app. Every time you have a conversation with someone where you walk away not feeling so confident, so good, maybe you felt a little socially awkward, you felt like you screwed up, take a moment for yourself. Sit in your car, sit at your desk, wherever you are, sit in your room, wherever you are, and write down in your journal, in your 1% journal, what happened in the scenario. And then, and this is the most important part, write down what is a 1% something that you can do better the next time. And it can't be something vague like, I will be confident the next time. No, 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 no. I want it to be very specific. Something small, something's 1%, and something that's specific. That's what makes it 1%. Feeling more confident in the next conversation, that's like asking for 100% improvement. But we just want a small incremental 1% improvement. So now, when you leave a conversation, you don't feel overwhelmed where you're catastrophizing everything in your head, where I feel awkward, I feel like an idiot, they must think I'm so stupid. Now, we've created a stepping stone in your journey to mastering your people skills and getting you more friends. We're objectifying your people skills. And all of a sudden, improving your people skills and getting more friends is much more manageable, much more attainable, right? It feels much more attainable. So now, of course, if you're wondering, oh, Nicole, okay, I get it. I want to be 1% better. I want to be 1% better with every conversation, but what do I do? What do I say to be 1% better in the conversation? And that's the beauty of my signature service, Socially Awkward Bootcamp. It's my signature coaching service. It's 12 weeks where you're one-on-one with me. It's called Socially Awkward Bootcamp, and Socially Awkward Bootcamp will give you an arsenal of techniques, mechanics of what to say in a conversation. We're talking the verbatims, the scripts, how to personalize everything and make it sound genuine to you. What that means for you is that you can socialize with others without going mentally blank, without losing, not having conversation topics or what to talk about. But the real value for you is that you will be able to genuinely connect with other people and get more friends in your life. On a personal note, in my personal life, I have some very dear friends of mine that are moving. They're moving in the next few weeks or months, and they're moving far away. They're moving like in a different state. They're moving very, very far away. And of course, there are a million things going through my mind. I won't get to see them as often. I will miss them so much. The dynamic will change. Now we will have a long distance friendship. How can I continue nurturing that friendship now that we're so far away? Also, I had to now make more new friends, even though I'm an adult and I already have friends, but life decided to throw me a curveball and my friends are moving. But also, I have to think about their perspective. They're moving to a completely different city and state. They will have to start socializing with the locals and make new friends too. And so, life is dynamic. Life is constantly full of change, and we all have to be adaptable to that change. And having the ability to carry a conversation with someone and get more friends wherever life takes you, that's what you want, right? So applications are open right now for Socially Awkward Bootcamp. The link is below in the description box or in the show notes if you listen to the podcast, or you can go to NicoleJean.com/apply, and all the information is right there if you want to learn more about it. I am also on Instagram. If you want to send me a DM, I'm always in my DMs. I love to chat, to answer any questions. If you want to dive deeper on this topic about striving to be 1% better every time, I am always open to chat. So DM me on Instagram at It's Nicole Jean. All right. Well, that was today's live stream and podcast episode. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated and that you can take this and go ahead and up level your conversation skills and your people skills and be that 1% better every single time, every single day, every single conversation. All right, everyone. I thank you 1,000 times over. As always, time is the best gift you can give me. And so I thank you 1,000 times over for giving me your time, your attention, and watching this or listening to this. And I look forward to chatting with you all next time. All right. Bye, everyone.